guys, it's Monkey here, and welcome back to episode number 3 of the LMS series. So, in this episode, if you saw in my last episode, I put a comment saying that we changed this. The thing is, I completely forgot that the main command is going to be called LMS. So, instead, I think we checked for, like, the argument at 0 or something. I really don't remember what we were checking. But make sure you have it down like this. This is very important. This is how you should have it. And also, I'm just going to quickly rename this to refactor rename. We're going to just host command, just so it looks nicer. Like, in my opinion, it looks much nicer like that. So let's go ahead and start with the actual game and its properties and whatnot. So we'll do game.game. And what's a game can have? A game's going to have a private set of player, or we're actually going to have a set of LMS player and players. Okay. Then what else is it going to have? A private location spawn location. And now, in the last video, I made it so it would, like, these games were, like, you would only be able to run one at a time, and I'm going to change that. So now we can have multiple instances of new games and whatnot. But we got to make sure that they're not running first. And so let's do private boolean running. And we're going to have a private int ID. Now we're going to do public game int ID. This dot ID equals ID. So this is how we're gonna recognize the game. Let's create getters. And also, last video I did not mention that to pop this up, you hold Alt, Enter, and then you can, like with the arrow keys, you go up and down. So let's just go ahead and create getters and setters for these guys. Is running, set running, blah blah blah, all this. And that should be it. Actually, let's have a private string name. And now inside here we're gonna have a GameManager. Alright, and then inside the GameManager we can have a method like or let's create this first. Map. We're gonna have a map of integer and game. Maps equals new hash map of integer game. Alright, so the integer is going to be the ID of the game, and the game object is, going to be the game corresponding to its ID. So right there. Now let's go ahead and create a method, public void load arenas. Now these are going to load the arenas into memory. They're not going to be accessible yet because, it's not going to be here. Let's actually create another boolean. Private boolean joinable. That's better. You guys should understand it now. Okay, I'm gonna save that typo and getter. Did I create a getter for name? No. Okay. Getter setter for name. Okay. So there's a difference between running and joinable. Joinable, it means that someone is hosting this specific game, but someone is hosting the game and it has not started yet. And running would be, that the game already started and is currently running. If both of these are false, then that means that you can't join the game at all. So, well, if this one's false, this should never be true. Well, no, that's a lie. This one will be true. This one will be false when the game is actually running. I'm sorry, I just confused a lot of you guys. I'm very sorry. Let's just continue and you'll see what I mean. So, I want to create a method in here, actually. Public void send message string message. And then we can do for LMS player players in players. What's this? Players might have been initialized. This dot players. There we go. Players dot get player dot send message MSG. So now we can always do, like, get the instance of this game dot send message, and it will send a message to all of the players inside the game. So yeah, this will be useful because let's say, for example, that we have a game running and the game, someone dies. So we want to send the message to everyone in the game, because people who are not in the game are not going to care. Like, for example, let's say that you use this plugin on a PvP server, and some people just didn't want to join the LMS, and they're not going to care if someone died in the LMS or not. They're only going to care whenever the game is over or something like that. So yeah. And also, okay, I did not make this bigger for you guys. There, that's better. Make this one bigger as well. I always forget. But let's go ahead and do load arenas. Okay, so we're gonna have int size equals. Let me just type this out, and then I'm gonna explain what I'm doing. Get config dot get configuration section games dot get keys false dot size. Okay, for int I equals 1, I is less than or equal to size I plus plus. Alright, let me just explain real quick what we're doing here. We're grabbing the size of the configuration section for games inside our config.yml. So let's say that our config looks like this. Like this. So we're gonna have games, then we're gonna have like game number 1. And then this game's gonna have name, some arena. And then it's gonna have, a bunch of different attributes like spawn, location, world, X, Y, Z, stuff like that. And then we're gonna have another one, 2, and then name, another arena, spawn, location, world, X, Y, Z, and stuff like that. Like, this will go on and on and on and on, as many arenas as you want. So yeah, that's how the config is going to be set up, basically. So here we're just getting every section in games, and like right here we have 2 sections, 1 and 2, and then we're just getting the size of each section. Then we're going to do a for loop, and we're going to grab each section, and then we're going to actually load a section. So let's go ahead and do game equals new game for I, which is basically the ID, because 1 is going to be the ID for all of this game, 2 is going to be the ID for this specific game, stuff like that. So we can do stuff like game.set name. Let me go ahead and do here public game manager, then private file configuration config, then config equals LMS like an instance dot get config. Okay, and then in here we can do config, and then config dot get string games dot plus I plus dot name. Now guys, if you don't really understand what's going on here, I highly recommend you guys to go see my video on configuration files. It will be linked like up here, somewhere up here, with a YouTube card. I think that's what it's called. So yeah, if you don't understand what's going on here, it's just YAML configuration. So yeah, go ahead and watch that video and tell me, yeah, you'll be able to, I can't talk. You'll be able to understand what's going on. So yeah. Now let's go into our utilities class. We gotta create a new class. We're gonna call this location utils. Control Shift A, increase font size for you guys. Public static location from string string section. Let's go ahead and do string array split equals section dot split. We're gonna split it by commas. World equals split at 0, or it should be bucket dot get world. Bucket get world split at 0. Let's go ahead and copy some of these. There's gonna be a double. Then float. So double x, y, z, ya, pitch, and now it's going to be double dot parse double split at 1. Okay, I should have done that like this way. Remove these guys. I'm sorry. It's just, this is, I don't know. I hate having to do this. It's very tedious, but it's a very useful class in the end. So yeah, kind of got to deal with it. Here we do float dot parse float split 4, and finally pitch float dot parse float split at 5. Now we can do return new location world x y z yaw pitch, and now we can go ahead and do public static string to string location. Actually, I don't think we're gonna need that one because we're not gonna be. Oh yeah, actually we are gonna be needing this. So, alright guys, sorry for that interruption. So we're gonna do return. We're gonna do location dot get world dot get name plus separator plus. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Very sorry. Especially if that was loud. I'm very sorry if that was really loud. But let's continue. Get x plus separator plus location get y plus separator plus location dot get z plus separator plus location get ya plus separator plus location dot get pitch. Okay, that was very long. We're gonna go ahead and split it here, and we're good. Let's go ahead and put that guy there. Alright, so basically, the output of this would be something similar to like the world would be called world, the x would be 12, y 67, z would be 98, yaw would be 34, pitch would be 12, like stuff like that. These are going to be doubles, and well, the last two would be floats. These are going to be doubles, but you know what I mean. That's how we're going to save and load locations from the config file. So let's go over here. Finally, we can go into here. Game.set spawn location config.get string. No, actually, location utils dot from string config dot get string games dot plus I plus dot spawn location. There we go. And now that we have loaded all our attributes for our game, we can do maps dot put I and game, our entire game instance. So yeah, that's pretty much all we're going to need for our game. I doubt we're going to have any other attributes, but if we, in the future, we decide to add any other attributes, we can. So it's very easy to, load this stuff up and, use it. So let's go back to our main class. Private GameManager. Create a getter, and then this dot GameManager equals new GameManager. There we go. So now let's go ahead and let's go back to our host command. This is going to take 2 arguments because now it's going to do LMS host then arena, or we should actually do ID. So yeah, LMS host ID, and then we're going to do something like this. Game equals lms.getInstance.getGameManager. Okay. Let's go back to GameManager. So we gotta get this guy here. So we're gonna do a public game get game for int ID. We're gonna do return maps.get for ID. Just simple method there to get a game. So GameManager.get game for the ID specified, which would be integer.parseInt 0, 1, argz1. That's what it should be. Now let's go ahead and come back here, create a new class. We're gonna make it int utils. And I'm always forgetting to zoom in for you guys. I'm very sorry about that. We're gonna make a method here. Public static boolean is int. Alright, I want to say something real quick. If you notice, in my utilities class, pretty much every method is static. Reason being is these are, as I already said, utility classes, and when you have static methods in utility classes, it's not wrong. Like, I see a lot of people who just evade static at all times, and just because they don't know exactly when it's appropriate to use it and whatnot. But in utility classes, go ahead. Like, it's all good. So we're gonna do try integer.parseInt input return true, and then we're gonna catch a number format exception, and we're just gonna return false because we don't need to print the stack trace or anything. All we need is to return false if there is a format exception. Control Shift A. Okay. So let's go ahead and come here. If not, int utils.isn't args at 1 sender.sendMessage chat color.red plus you must, or actually let's go ahead and use string utils.color nc plus args at 1 plus n4 is not a number. Let's yell at them for doing something like that. Then we can return there, and then int id equals integer.parseInt args at 1. So now we can just change this guy to id, and we're all good. So now we have our game, and we're gonna go ahead and do some checks. If game.isRunning, let's do, actually first we are gonna go ahead and check if game.isJoinable already. So they already typed LMS host and then that certain game. If game is already joinable, then we are going to do something like this. Send message string utils.color. See, the game with ID plus ID is already joinable. And we're going to return. And then let's go ahead and go here. The game with ID is already running, and we can return there. Now, if we go over here, now we can do game.set joinable true, and then yeah, that should be it. So let's go ahead and recap what we did here. Check if it's a number. If it's not, tell them it's not. Grab the actual game instance, check if the game is joinable, then check if the game is running. If they are, then yell at the sender because you're not supposed to use this command when the game is already running. Else, game.setJoinable true, broadcast message has started. Yeah, let's go ahead and change this up a little bit, this message. What should we do? Okay, I'm just thinking about messages. It's not even something important, but let's just do something like arena plus ID plus is now joinable. Then the new line, type slash LMS join plus ID plus to join. We're gonna make this gold. We're gonna make this yellow again. We're gonna do this one gold as well. Make this one yellow. Make it like that. There we go. Okay, that should be good. So let's, yeah. Okay, so I've been recording for a while now. thanks for watching, guys. That should be it for today's episode. We cleaned up this class. We also created our game and game manager. We're gonna be adding some more methods to this game. For example, like public void and game. Then we're gonna have like another method called public void and end game, stuff like that. But that's gonna come in a future episode. So yeah, guys, show your support by leaving a like, leave a comment. You know, whenever I see nice comments, which I'm getting some great feedback on this series, and that makes me want to actually make more videos. And I promise that I'm gonna start trying to upload more. But this should be it for today. So yeah, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and see you all later.